Hey guys, it's Isabella. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Today we're doing a Booktubers Choose What I Read reading vlog. This will be the first episode, installment, I don't know what to call it, but this will be multiple parts because I didn't really expect many YouTubers to respond and I got a lot of responses. So we have quite a lot of books to get through and I'm not mad about it. I'm actually very happy with the responses, and the recommendations they gave me were quite good. A lot of them were books that I already own. Well, 4 of them were, but you know. So I have my 2023 reading journal here. I've wrote down all of the booktubers and their recommendations. So I'm just going to go through them. I'll put a photo of who they are and their YouTube on the screen. But the first YouTuber is Faith from Faith's Reading Things. I was especially excited for not only Faith to respond, but her recommendation. So she's one of my favorite YouTubers. Like, all of these YouTubers I absolutely love, but Faith is just, she's like a comfort YouTuber, like, or booktuber. She's the one that I go to when I've had a stress day and I just need like a calm video. Anyway, she recommended a trilogy that was actually on my 2023 TBR cart. I will leave that video link down below if anyone is interested in seeing the books that I want to read in 2023. But this trilogy, spoiler, was on that list, and so was one of the other books. That is the Folk of the Air trilogy. I've been meaning to read this for quite a while. This will get its own video, this trilogy. I was just going to read The Cruel Prince and vlog that, but I thought no, I'm going to vlog the whole trilogy because I feel like that would be a good reading vlog. So this will be its own video, so we're not going to be doing these books today, but nevertheless I'm very excited. I will leave all of the booktubers channels linked down below too, so you guys can go check them out. Highly recommend checking Faith and all of the other booktubers out because they are all booktubers that I watch literally every day. The next YouTuber is Rachel from Ravenhead Reader. I feel like I have pretty similar taste to her and actually a few others on here, but Rachel specifically, she tends to read a lot of fantasy or fantasy romance, and I just feel like a lot of her favorite books are my favorite books too. So she recommended Serpent and the Wings of Night. This is a book that I'll be reading on my Kindle. It's on Kindle Unlimited, I believe, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it's about, but I remember watching a video and she gave a synopsis of it and I thought, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I've forgotten now, but when she did mention that in a video, I remember specifically taking interest in it. So when she recommended it to me, it was familiar and I was like, oh yes, I remember her talking about it. So very anticipated read, that one. Another book that I will be reading on my Kindle is Heartless, and that was recommended to me by Sam from Sam Reads a Little. I have heard so many things about Heartless. I think Powerless just came out. Not gonna lie, it scares me a little bit. I think Heartless is about like a cowboy. I can't say I've ever read about a cowboy. I'm not sure how I'm gonna like it, but I'm intrigued because I don't think I've seen a single negative review. So that's gotta be good, right? It's gotta be good. Stephanie from Stephanie Bookish actually recommended 2 books which are very good recommendation, not good recommendations, but they're books that I've wanted to read. The first was on my 2023 TBR cart, and that is Jade City. A little bit nervous because I feel like if I read this I'm gonna want to read the whole trilogy, but nevertheless I am really excited because I do think that I will like this book. Like, if I don't end up liking this book, I'm literally going to be shocked because it has everything that I love and the concept sounds amazing. It's literally about like a place where jade, I think it enhances your powers. Yeah, enhances a warrior's natural strength and speed. So obviously everyone wants it, and I think it's like 2 rival families or clans or something. Sounds good, sounds like action, I'm in. The other book that Stephanie recommended was Sword of Kaigan, which is a very popular fantasy standalone, and I'll be reading that on my Kindle. I have wanted to read it for a long time. I do love a good fantasy standalone. I think if they're done right, they can be really good reads, and There's another YouTuber that loves this book. I can't remember who, but it's everywhere. And I wish I could remember who is the other YouTuber that talks about it, but I can't. Anyway, excited to read that one. Naomi from Naomi's Library recommended Night House, which I don't know if it's just because Hellbent just came out, but I have been seeing so much stuff about this series. I don't know, I think there's gonna be more books. Does sound like something I would be interested in. I think I'm going to end up buying a physical copy of it because I'm just that excited. And then we have Ashley from Ashley's Little Library. Was really excited when she replied to, because her taste is similar to mine in sense of horror and thriller. She recommended Crossroads. I believe this is one of her top books of 2022. Like, it was very high up there. It might have even been a favorite, I can't remember, but it was up there. I don't know anything about this book. It's not on KU, so I might just like buy a physical copy of it, to be honest. I'm not really sure. I might see if my library has it. I don't know much about it. I think it's a horror, maybe a thriller, I'm not sure, but I trust Ashley because, like I said, similar tastes. And the last booktuber that responded was Liv from Liv's Library, and she recommended Sorcery of Thorns, which another book that I've been meaning to read for a while. I don't own it physically, but I have been contemplating buying it for a while, so thank you so much, Liv, for giving me a reason to buy the book. Very excited for it. I was originally going to do 3 books in this video, but if I do that, that means my next vlog I'll have to do 4, and that will literally be like an hour-long video. So I've decided I'm going to do 2 in this video, 2 in my next video, 2 in the next, and then the Folk of the Air, which means it will be like a 4-part, which I know is annoying, but I would much rather have 4 parts of like a 20-minute vlog than have like an hour-and-a-half long vlog. Personally, I prefer that. And it's also going to be way less stressful on me because I only read about like 7 books a month, so I'm not someone that can go out and read all these books at one go. It's just not realistic. So the 2 books that we are going to be reading in today's video, the first is going to be Heartless, which was Sam's recommendation, and the other book we're going to be reading is Jade City, which was Stephanie. It was one of Stephanie's recommendations. I'll be reading this after. I'm going to read Heartless first because I know I'm gonna want to read the whole series. So at least if I read Heartless first, then if I want to read the whole series, I can. But yeah, I'm sorry if you guys are kind of like frustrated that I'm stretching out the books and not just doing them all in one video, but it's a lot of books, and like I said, I would just rather have smaller, shorter 20 to 30 minute vlogs. I don't know how long this video is. Maybe it will be like shorter, maybe it'll be longer, I don't know, but having to read 3 books in this vlog and then 4 in the next, it's just gonna be way too long. As always, this is going to be a spoiler-free reading vlog, so don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. I am currently around 3/4 into Priory of the Orange Tree, which is a very long fantasy standalone, so probably maybe not the best time to start this vlog, but I feel like if I read Heartless right now, it might help break it up, which is what we're going to do. Heartless by Sam. Well, not by Sam, but Sam's recommendation. That's going to be the first book in this series, in this vlog. I guess in this series too. Anyway, let's just get right into it because I don't want to make this too long. Guys, it's a single dad trope. I did not know that, and I am really liking it. Hey guys, the sun is going down, but we are officially 100 pages into Heartless, and I thought I would just share some of my thoughts. So like I said before, it is a single dad trope, which I did not know going into it. It does say it like when you click on the book, but I just didn't read it. I also did not read the synopsis at all, so I didn't even know the characters' like names going into it. But the names are Cade and Willa. I am obsessed with Willa. She takes no shit from anyone, especially Cade. Cade is like grumpy. It's definitely grumpy sunshine. Cade is grumpy. He's very protective over his son, and I'm not gonna lie, the first interaction that Cade and Willa had was a little bit, like, it wasn't my favorite. It was a little cringy in my opinion. Like, I wasn't a good first impression for me. I was a little bit like, what did I just read? But putting that aside, it's been really good so far. The overall premise of this story is Cade, he owns like a ranch and he's very busy and he needs a nanny. Willa is his brother's fiance's best friend, and she basically says, I know someone, and Willa comes in. Willa and Cade have a meeting, like they have like a meet cute moment, but it's definitely not a meet cute. It's a little bit, like I said, a little bit rich, but anyway, they have it, and then the sister-in-law introduces them and they're like, oh my gosh, I know you. And it's this whole like, no way moment. And it was good. Like, I did enjoy that moment where they kind of like had the realization of who each other was. But like I said, the meet cute, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't read that. I love the little boy. His name's Luke, which is Cade's son. I love it. I love him. I love the story. It's really good so far. I'm also like flying through it. Like, I just read that 100 pages in like less than like an hour, which I can't read a book. Like, I read about 30 pages at a time and then I stop. I just can't read for a long period of time because I get distracted. But I have just been eating it up. I feel like I'm going to finish this book pretty quickly. I do have to finish Priory of the Orange Tree, and I have another Greek mythology book I'm reading, so I'm going to try and like read them as well, so I'm not like abandoning them. But overall, I'm loving this, which I was not expecting because it's definitely not a book I probably would have picked up. And I'm not really sure how I feel about Cade yet. Like, I love Willa, I love Luke. Cade, I feel like he could go either way. I don't hate him, but I don't love him. So we'll see how we go. Hey guys, we're outside and I have quite the reading update for you. Sam, please don't hate me, okay? I am 114 pages into Heartless, 26% in. I'm not super far into this book and I think I'm gonna DNF it. I'm so sorry. I love Willa. Like, I absolutely love Willa so much. She's honestly probably one of my favorite heroines that I've read about. She's amazing. I love Luke, who's the little kid, but I literally cannot stand Cade, which is the male love interest. I can understand why people like him. I think he is a very, you either love or hate him type of character. Maybe he has a redemption trope, I'm not sure though. All I know is that I really don't like him. I feel so bad for DNFing this book. I was gonna push through just because it is a book for this video, like I wanted to push through it. But I just don't think I can. Like, as someone who doesn't read romance a whole lot, when I read romance, I have to immediately be into it, otherwise I'm not going to enjoy it. And I just know this book, if I finish it, it'll be like maybe 3 stars. And that's if, you know, that's only going to be because of Willa and Luke. I do not like Cade. I don't know what people see in him. He's just mean. Like, he's not grumpy. he's just mean. Like at first I was like, oh my gosh, Grumpy Sunshine. No, he's just a dick. I'm really sorry, Sam. I know you love this book. I know a lot of people love this book actually. Like I said before, I don't think I've heard a single negative review, but I literally just, I can't do it. I really can't. I'm not gonna make myself do it because then I'll get in a reading slump and I won't be able to read Jade City. So we're gonna try Jade City. Jade City is a little bit more up my alley because it's fantasy. I really thought I would like Heartless, so I'm kind of shocked that like I didn't end up loving it because I love Grumpy Sunshine, I love Single Dads, so, but I just can't I can't deal with the main character. So we're gonna go try Jade City and fingers crossed it's not a DNF. I'm really sorry. Guys, I am in actual disbelief at how this vlog has turned out because I'm 200 pages into Jade City and I've decided that I'm going to DNF it. I do not DNF books easily. Like, I really don't. I feel like from this vlog, you guys might have gotten the wrong impression, but I do not DNF. Barely ever. And I've just DNF'd 2 books that I predicted 5 stars for both. Like, I thought this was going to be a new all-time favorite series. And I am so insanely bored. I literally can't do it any longer. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry to both Sam and to Stephanie who recommended these books. I thought that they would be my favorite. I thought I would love them. My future vlogs, I know my next reading vlog I think is going to be the Cruel Prince trilogy. That I know I will like because it's about fairies and the fae and I always like those books. This was like a new magic system, but I thought I would like it. And I do like the magic system, I'm just bored. I don't care about the characters, and I'm not overly invested in the plot either, which I'm shocked about because I literally was so excited for this. I'm trying not to beat myself up because I know everyone has different opinions, but like these, like I said, they were 5-star predictions. I was so excited and I feel like I've just wasted a full week of reading by reading these 2 books that I didn't even finish. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I'm so sorry if it was kind of a flop. This was not how I thought this vlog was going to end up. I did not think that I would DNF 2 5-star predictions. Thank you guys for watching. I do hope my next vlog is going to be a little bit better than this one, but at least I can say I've tried to read these books, so I suppose there's that. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. All the booktubers that I mentioned in this video will be linked down below if you want to check them out, which I highly recommend you do because I love all of them. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.